1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, this is Kyle Galaz with Poor2Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Become a sales titan. We are in season 6. This is episode 3, talking about fill your day with success. Remember, positivity pays. Do you have a plan for each day? You definitely should, and that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. Before we get started, I want to do a social experiment. This episode is going to be awesome, and it's going to be motivating, and it's going to help you with sales. Here's the social experiment. Right now, I want you to share this episode with 2 or 3 salespeople that you love. I don't care if they're in the car business or not. Share it right now, because I want to see the analytics of this episode compared to others by you guys going out there and sharing the podcast with 2 or 3 salespeople that you love. Please share. I want to see how this works out. Thank you guys for all your support of the podcast. I really appreciate all the kind words you guys send me, and I want to thank you guys each and every episode. We are on the way to becoming the #1 car sales training podcast, and you guys are here in the infant days of the podcast. The podcast has only been alive for 3 years, and we're just got out of our diapers. So we're moving up to bigger and better things. And it comes with support from you guys sharing the podcast, buying the books, etc., etc. So I appreciate all this. So let's talk about fill your day with successes. Never leave your day to chance. Never leave your week to chance, your month to chance, your year to chance. And especially never leave your career to chance. We're talking about your career, your lifestyle, your family, your future. It all is on your shoulders as a salesperson. We know this because we feel the pressure every single day when we go to the dealership. You don't need a manager to tell you to sell cars. You know you need to sell cars. Anything a manager has ever told you about you and your career, you've told yourself. And you've probably been harder on yourself than any manager could ever be, any owner could ever be, any general sales manager could ever be. We are harder on ourselves than anybody. So if we have to have a career and we have to make a living, why not maximize every single minute so we can maximize every single paycheck and we can have a month without regrets, a day without regrets. And that's what we're talking about in this episode is fill your day with success. People who set goals and truly strive will hit them. If you have a goal for your day, you have a goal for your month, a goal for your year, a goal for your career, and you truly strive and you make it a laser focused point to hit these goals, you will hit them. It's inevitable, but you have to set the goals to be able to achieve the goals. So what should we do every day to fill our day with successes? That's what we're talking about. First thing that I would recommend to get the day started is have positivity. Positivity pays. Negativity doesn't. So when you're going into your dealership today, whether you have challenges ahead of you or not, or you don't have a whole lot of stuff going on, start with a positive attitude. Go into your dealership today with a positive attitude. And remember, positivity pays. And make it a point to visit a department at your dealership that you don't normally visit. Go out there and shake hands with some of your coworkers, some of your support staff. Visit your body shop, visit your detail shop, visit your service department, visit your oil lube center. Visit these places and shake some hands and get that vibe going where you're talking before you get that customer. And remember, these people buy cars also. People at your dealership buy cars. And if they fall in love with you, they're going to want to buy a car from you. So make it a point to visit your different departments every day and build that relationship with your coworkers. Also, today, make it a point to give out your business card to someone you meet outside of the dealership, gas station, grocery store, a clothing store, the gym, the church. Make it a point today to talk about the car business with somebody and pass out your card. If you do this every day, you will have passed out 365 extra business cards a year to somebody that may not have visited your dealership, to somebody that may not be on the radar to buy a car today, but's going to save your card for that day they do need a car. And they're going to have a connection in the car business. Now they need a car and they have someone in the car business. And you can tell them, hey, here's my card. You never know when you're going to need a good car guy or a good car girl. And reach out to me if you ever need a car. Make it a point to do that today, every day, with somebody outside of the dealership. Also, make it a point today to create a reel. Reels are getting tons of more views than a traditional post. So today, make it a point to make a 30-second reel, post it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, anywhere you can post a reel, YouTube reels even. Keep it about 30 seconds and watch how many people actually see it, how many views you get on these reels. And make sure you have your phone number in the reel and a way for that customer to get a hold of you. If you want to fill our day with successes, we have to do stuff to reach people. The whole point of us in being in sales is to reach people and sell cars. So we have to find creative ways to fill our day with success. Make it a point today to post 3 vehicles on Facebook Marketplace. If you can post 3 vehicles a day on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to start getting some traction. Yes, you're going to get the spammers, the people that want your Google code. You're going to have to deal with that. But it's also an easy, quick way to funnel customers to make contact with you. You may get customers that say your price is too high. Okay, make an offer then. Let's build some conversations up to get your name out there to possibly sell a car. You may post a vehicle on Marketplace, get 10 people who hate it, and that one person that wants to buy it. Remember, we have to deal with the good and the bad. Dealing with the bad will eventually get us at least 1 or 2 good, and that's a car sale. So make it a point to post 3 vehicles a day on Facebook Marketplace. You guys will recognize this number if you bought the workbook. Make it a point to make 26 phone calls. 26 phone calls, not voicemails. Make contact with 26 people today over the phone. The phone is our weak spot. The phone is where we need to get better at. Make those calls. Be, fun and exciting over the phone. Don't try to sell a car over the phone. Just try to get people in. Hey, I'm not asking you to buy the car. Why don't you come check out our new product? We got some new trades and I'd love to show them to you. Here's this, this, and this. Come check them out. No pressure to buy. Have a cup of coffee with me and let's check them out. Just to get people in, those 26 phone calls, you're probably going to get an appointment out of it. If you can set 1 appointment a day, I'm starting to see some sales happening. 26 text messages. Make sure to do 26 emails today. Why don't you post 10 different social media posts a day? Wow, that sounds like a lot of work, Kyle. It's better than sitting around. It's better than doing nothing, hoping something happens. Remember, when we talked about never leave your career to chance, never leave your day to chance. Doing these things every day is not leaving it to chance. It's making stuff happen. It's called work ethic. It's called keeping busy. It's going back to the old school way of doing business. Your boss looks at you and you're always doing something, right? Whatever happened to good work ethic and not just hoping something happens? Get out there and make something happen. Make it a point today, and this number is going to seem ridiculous. Make it a point to take 7 ups. 7 up. Not just waiting for 7 ups, but why don't you go talk to someone in your service drive and try to convince them to look at cars. Hey, while you're waiting for your vehicle to get fixed up in the oil change, why don't you come take a look at some of our new product? There's an up, especially if you can get their information. And guess what might happen? Well, what kind of payments? Could you get me out of my trade? Oh, all of a sudden we're talking about selling them a car. So 7 ups during the day doesn't have to be you waiting for someone to pull up that wants to buy a car. Why don't we turn someone into buying a car that didn't even think they were buying a car? Getting an oil service, getting a detail done, whatever services you have at your dealership, go try to get those customers to come look at some cars. I'm not trying to sell you a car. Why don't you just come look at our product while you wait? Okay. Yeah, I'd love to show you the new stuff. Okay. Talk to 7 people today in person. Fill that pipeline. Make it a point to not be in a huddle today. Stay out of the huddle. The huddle pays $0.00 a day. Make it a point to stay positive. We talked about that. Make it a point to look sharp and be clean. Come into the dealership and look like a professional. Make it a point to have iron clothes. Make it a point to study your product. Remember, we have to stay on product knowledge. You hear some people out there that product knowledge doesn't matter. Trust me, it matters. It matters to people. They want to meet somebody in the car business that knows their product and can present it properly, that knows how to present their product versus the competition. No one wants to deal with a salesperson that doesn't know product. Even if he's friendly and likable, they still want you to know your product. You may be greatest at building rapport. You may be one heck of a salesperson, but still know your product. It keeps you sharp for that person that does need those specifics when they're buying a vehicle. Also, make it a point to study the competition. If you truly want to have a flourishing career in the car business and be a professional, you got to know your competition. That's one of the biggest hurdles salespeople have in the industry. And actually, that's any sales industry, is knowing how to present your product over the competition. Knowing your product so well, knowing your competition's product so well, and I preach this a lot, that you can outsell them. You can do a value advantage over the competition. So make sure you know your product and the competition. If you're strictly at a used car lot, you're probably thinking, well, why would I go online and study new products? Well, guess what? In 1 year, those new products will be on your car lot. In 2 years, you're going to have every pre-owned vehicle, every make and model on your lot that you should have been studying this whole time, and now you know that product. So even if you're at a pre-owned vehicle dealership, study the product. Get engaged with the manufacturers. Get engaged with vehicle news and updates and the top reliable cars and the top unreliable cars. Learn this stuff because you need to be valuable to your customer. Make it a point to be valuable to your customer. Make it a point to where they want to come back to you every single time. Today, make it a point to provide exceptional customer service. Go above and beyond. Be that professional. Be that person that customer has never met before. That they can think, wow, this salesperson is different. I want to do business with this salesperson. This person is actually listening to me. This salesperson actually cares about me, and this salesperson is actually finding me the product that I really need, not just want. I want to help you, Mr. Customer, find exactly what you want, but I also want to make sure it fits all your needs. Sometimes customers come in and they tell me all the things they want, and then we end up selling them the wrong vehicle because we have to also dissect what you need. So let me ask you some questions to figure out what you want, and then let me ask you some questions of what you need, and let's combine it and find the perfect vehicle. These are things that they've never heard from a salesperson before, and they'll want to do business with you. So exceptional customer service. Make it a point to overcome objections. Today, when you have a customer saying the price is too high, the interest rate's too high, I got more to look at, make it a point to not throw in the towel, but to overcome those objections. Well, what do you mean the price is too high? Based on what? Based on budget? Based on research you've done in the market? Based on an active deal you're working at a dealership? Ask these people questions, because questions will help you overcome the objection when they actually tell you the real objection. Customers will say a lot of things to leave the dealership because something isn't right in the deal that they don't know how to present to you. They don't know how to tell you. So it's our job as investigators and psychologists and babysitters and all the hats that we have to wear as a car salesperson to find out what is the real objection and how I need to overcome it. So today, don't throw in the towel when a customer says, hey, I want to look around at other products. Ask questions. What other products? What about that product do you want to look at? Is there something specific that product has that mine doesn't? If we can find these things out, then we can overcome that objection. So make it a point to not just throw in the towel, but really fight to overcome that objection. Make it a point today to bring a deal to the desk, even if you think the offer is crazy, even if you think the customer wants too low of a payment. Work the deal. A lot of times customers will bend when reality hits them, when they finally run their credit and they see that their score is not as good as they thought, when they see the rate versus what they thought the rate would be, when they see the payment versus what they thought the payment would be. A lot of times customers will start justifying paying a higher payment, paying a higher interest rate if you say the word, hey, I got you approved, right? These are things that we got to bring to the desk. So even if you have a customer that makes a stupid offer, hey, Mr. Customer, let me at least write it up. If you're truly making an offer, let me present it to my desk. Are you saying you'd buy the vehicle if we could hit that number? All right, put some pressure on them. Well, yeah, I am. Well, let's go inside. I want to find out myself if we can do this. That's intriguing. And get on the customer side and get that deal to the desk. Make it a point to never skip the steps of the sale. I put a poll out there saying, does it bug you when customers want to skip the steps of the sale? And I got a few responses that say, I don't let them skip. That's what I like hearing. I also got people that said it does bug them that customers want to skip the steps of the sale? Absolutely. They're always going to want to skip to the steps of the sale. And salespeople that are rookies think, oh, they want to work numbers, I'm closer to the sale. No, you're not. If they go from getting out of their car to wanting to know what their car's worth and you think you're getting closer to the sale, you're wrong. You're actually going to blow a customer out because you haven't picked out something, you haven't built a friend, you haven't built emotional value with the customer, you haven't done a test drive. Never skip the steps of the sale. Make it a point today to never skip them. Make it a point today to follow up with past leads and sold customers. Shoot your customer a text that you sold a year ago and just say, hey, I was thinking about you and the car you bought. How is everything going? Just send them a nice text to a sold customer. You never know the response you're going to get. They may say, hey, I actually totaled it last week. I need a new rig. I'm waiting for my insurance money. Oh, wow, good thing I reached out. Good thing I tried to make contact again. Also with previous internet leads. We can't do the one and done internet lead. We sent him a message through the email or text. We never heard anything back. Oh, that's a lost lead. No, we sent him another email. We sent him another text. We try to call him again. We bug these people until they buy or die. That's what we got to do. Keep trying to contact your internet leads and always stay with your sold customers because they're very valuable. Remember, sold is gold on our previous sold customers. Make it a point to move a working deal forward to the next step. Our job every day is to try to make a car deal. And if we have files that we've worked deals on, what can I do today with this file that I feel like there's a deal there somewhere? What can I do to move it forward? Can I get a little bit more down from the customer? Can I try to get a better approval? Can I get another 12 months on the loan? What can I do to try to move this deal forward? Because I don't want my desk to be filled with dead files. I want my desk to be filled with active deals that I'm working, not stuff I gave up on. So make it a point to try to move a deal to the next step. Make a point to follow up with all your past internet leads. Make it a point to learn new sales skills today. The fact that you're listening to this podcast right now tells me you're trying to get better. So congrats and kudos to you for listening to the podcast, for trying to get better, for learning new skills every day. And remember, we have to train every single day in the car business if we want to get to the sales titan status. If you want to sell 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 cars a month and truly become what I call the sales titan. Remember, my whole podcast is built around the sales titan. Become a sales titan. You have to train. Just like a boxer, just like a bodybuilder, just like any sports, you got to train before the game. Because if you practice in front of the customer, you're going to lose a car deal. We have to practice and train before we get a customer. When we have a customer in front of us, now it's go time. Now it's game time. That's not the time to practice my walk around. That's not the time to practice product knowledge. That's not my time to practice closing. I should have been practicing with my manager. I should have been practicing with my coworkers that are like-minded like me that want to get to the next level of sales. Practice before the game. Make it a point today to sell a car. Make it a point today to find a way to sell a car. Get creative. Get in front of a customer, get that appointment in, and sell a car. When we come to work and clock in, I got to sell a car today. But you have to do the things necessary to get a customer in front of you, and you have to do the things necessary to get a car deal. If we go to work hoping something happens, and we go to the dealership hoping to make a car deal, you're going to fail. You're going to have more failures than successes. So you have to do stuff like we just talked about, filling your day with successes, filling your pipeline every single day. Then your day is not wasted. Work ethic plus talent equals massive sales. Let me ask you this question. If you were to do this every day, would you sell more cars or less cars? The active salesperson versus the guy that's just waiting, the girl that's just waiting, is going to outsell that person each and every month. If you want to be number one at your dealership, stay active, fill your day with miniature successes, and you're going to sell a car every single day. Thank you guys for all your support. Please share this episode for the social experiment. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Kyle Galaz, signing out.